Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, animal activists and Torrance residents voice their concerns about the growing coyote population. And the city celebrates the life of this former council member and his years of service in Torrance. Then city employees roll up their sleeves for a good cause. Plus, CitiCABLE receives accolades for outstanding programming. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. Ben McCain has the week off. Here are your top stories. A long-awaited city council meeting attracted animal activists and many concerned residents about the growing population of coyotes in Torrance. The city council is moving forward with an urban coyote management plan. CitiCABLE reporter Hibis Ahmed was in council chambers and has this story.
It is just not the answer. The answer is coexisting.
As animal activists rallied together to save coyotes, it was a peaceful protest outside City Hall. But inside, the council chambers quickly filled with tension.
I can't feel sorry for this coyote when he's tearing apart our pets.
And it worries me a lot that not only are we now talking about locking up our pets, but we're talking about locking up our small kids.
Torrance Police Captain Martin Vukatic unveiled a 13-step program that the city plans to follow in order to make public safety a priority while coexisting with the coyotes. Torrance has already taken measures to educate the community by passing out more than 1,000 brochures to residents living near critical locations like Hickory Park, Lago Seco, Nadine Circle, and Sleepy Hollow.
In 2016, Torrance has experienced 153 coyote sightings. We've had 74 attacks on animals, both domestic and wild. 60 of the 74 attacks have resulted in the death of the animal.
We're talking about an environment where the coyotes' precedence over our children's ability to play safely in a park is absolute consideration.
My husband was actually pursued by a coyote one night when he was walking our small dog, and the coyote was not afraid.
Despite coyotes showing signs of adapting to life in Torrance, activists still say lethal measures is not the answer.
A nice clean shot with a gun is one thing, but a trap is something else. Trapping is seriously cruel and indiscriminate.
Lieutenant Kent Smurl from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife was on hand to answer questions by council members and the concerned public. He gave insight into why the coyote population may have shifted to Torrance and how the drought plays a role. He recommended trapping as a last resort and for the community to first learn ways to deter coyotes.
Animals will come out when they're hungry and when they have the least amount of fear. And if residents are not taught to learn how to haze these animals, they're going to come back. And that's why the importance of learning how to haze. And again, but what was stated is that those animals will get to a point where hazing doesn't work.
For Torrance resident Michelle Browning, she's grateful the city is tackling the problem.
Like I said, I love animals. I don't want to see anything bad happen to any of them. But when it threatens our safety or affects our feeling of safety, I think that we need to vote for us before them.
Awful as it is to kill any kind of an animal, but I think our residents and our pets come first.
Trapping is a small part of the urban management plan, which has a bigger emphasis on educational campaigns.
I'm seeing pet food on every third doorstep, and we're making it an ideal home for wildlife. And we have to change our behavior to help prevent this type of activity from happening here in our community.
City of Torrance is at stage 4 of 7 of the coyote behavioral pattern, and officials hope that open discussions like this will help bring the community together to a common ground.
I think the citizens are proud of what the city and your officers have done thus far. At least from what I've seen, you guys are on the right track.
As long as we go forward and actively and progressively push this forward, we'll get to the end.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hibis Ahmed.
Experts from the Madrona Marsh Preserve were also on hand. No coyotes have been trapped by the city yet. Now, if you want more information, you can go to torranceca.gov/TPD. A proposed ordinance to ban short-term home rentals was rejected by the majority at the same city council meeting. The topic of whether to adopt an ordinance that would prohibit short-term rentals for a period of 30 days or less within city limits has been an ongoing heated topic between home renters that want to rent their homes and people who say that residents using online platforms like Airbnb has caused safety and parking concerns in residential neighborhoods. Some residents argued the city should have no say on what people can do with their property.
The broad approach to the problems associated with short-term rentals is unjust, unfair, and I would submit unconstitutional.
I've traveled across country and I've used Airbnb, and that just happened to be the brand that I used, and they have a collection system, insurance system, regulations, parking issues, all of those things can be addressed.
Many council members expressed concerns over the ban, saying there should be limitations on home rentals depending on the situation and that regulation would be a better option. Councilman Goodrich asked for a compromise. The proposed ordinance was originally brought to the table in hopes of preserving the quality of life in Torrance neighborhoods. The council plans to bring back this topic in 60 days in hopes of possibly proposing a regulating measure. A former graduate of El Camino College received quite the honor from the Obama administration recently. Megan Yap returned from a trip to the White House after she accepted the Champions of Change Award for her current university research. Yap, who graduated from El Camino College in 2013, transferred to UC San Diego to continue her education. While interning at the university's Medical School Center of Gender Equity and Health, Yap continues to develop a sexual violence policy and best practice recommendations to support victims of college sexual assault. Along with 9 other students from around the country, she was honored in a ceremony with Vice President Joe Biden and Tina Chen, Executive Director of the White House Council on Women and Girls. As a victim of sexual assault herself, Yap works with college administrators and resource centers to analyze campus policies and promote change to protect sexual assault survivors. She says El Camino College was a great experience and helped her decide what she wanted to do. Megan Yap is from Hawthorne. She will graduate this summer with a dual degree in biological anthropology and global health. Well, students from South High celebrated a victory for thinking outside the box. Competing against more than 5,000 high school robotics teams at the Robotic World Championships in Missouri, South High students moved up the ranks and were named semifinalists. The team of students were recognized at the recent City Council meeting. Also in honor of their achievement, the robotic team hosted a bill signing event with Congressman Ted Lieu for the Krista McAuliffe Commemorative Coin Act at the Toyota Automotive Museum. They invited the 9 local robotics teams involved in a program called First Robotics. FIRST is short for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, to witness this historic signing. At the closing ceremony of the World Championships, FIRST founder Dean Kamen encouraged robotic teams to talk to local government officials about passing the Krista McAuliffe Commemorative Coin Act bill, which honors the memory of the late school teacher Krista McAuliffe, who represented NASA's Teacher in Space program, and proposes the minting of a new coin for the 30th anniversary of the NASA Challenger tragedy. Profits of the coins will go to the FIRST program to incorporate STEM curriculum and robotics throughout every school in the country. City of Torrance employees took a break from work to help save life. The City of Torrance teamed up with the American Red Cross to host their annual blood drive at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. 44 people donated blood during this appointment-only drive, collecting enough blood to save 110 lives. Registered nurses at the event say these blood drives help meet daily goals so local hospitals have enough blood for patients. The organization supplies about 40% of the nation's blood supply. Officials say blood type O negative, which is the universal donor, along with AB plasma, are always in high demand and encourage donors with those types to give blood.
Blood is in demand because of people that have cancer, automobile accidents, shootings, and daily emergencies. So we always have a blood shortage.
There's always a need for blood. I know that, we're always in a shortage, so we do what we can to help people in need of blood.
Statistics show that every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood, and nearly 21 million blood components are transfused each year. Donors can either give whole blood or specific parts, which can be red cells, plasma, or platelets. One single donation can help more than one patient. During the last city employee blood drive, 51 donors gave back. You can also make monetary donations online at redcross.org. The City of Torrance remembers the life of one former councilman. George Brewster served on the Torrance City Council for 8 years, from 1970 to 1978. Brewster was involved in many organizations: the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, treasurer of the El Camino College Foundation, and on the Torrance Planning Commission, to name a few. He attended Harvard Business School in 1960 and then moved to Torrance permanently. He started a 10-year career with Rockwell International before moving into business management and consulting. Brewster always had a passion for flying. He was commissioned in the United States Navy and became a naval aviator in 1955. He's survived by his wife Sheila and 3 children. His family says he is on his final flight, and we wish him Godspeed. George Brewster was 83 years old and died on June 9th. In lieu of flowers, the family is suggesting donations to the American Diabetes Association. You can go to diabetes.org/donate. Well, still ahead, Torrance Memorial Medical Center celebrates cancer survivors. Plus, we'll tell you where some of the top-ranked students in Torrance are headed to college next fall.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Downtown Torrance is brighter than ever before.
3, 2, 1.
Third time was a charm as Mayor Patrick Furey had the honors of flipping on the lights that are now hanging across Sartori Avenue for the first time. The switch was part of the second phase of the Twinkle Light project in Old Torrance. The project included the installation of more overhead LED lights that crisscross along Sartori Avenue from Torrance Boulevard to Marcelina Avenue. Lights shined bright as they hung from palm trees and buildings. The project is something the city wanted to do to enhance downtown Torrance at night.
We want to see people coming to our Old Torrance, enjoying all the restaurants and shops that are down here. And we figure that if we add this brightness to the streets, then people will come down here, do a little strolling, and maybe enjoy some of the ambiance that we have down in Old Torrance.
The lights just add an extra special element, so it's kind of like you're at Disneyland. So I think Old Torrance is getting back on the map.
Local businesses also joined in on the celebration of this project by offering visitor specials for the night. Buffalo Fire Department, Ketch Cafe, Old Torrance Coffee and Tea, Red Car Brewery and Restaurant, and Tortilla Cantina participated. In 2010, a similar light project on El Dorado Avenue was completed. Cancer survivors came together to celebrate strength.
There is fear that the embracing of the wounds might somehow compromise the hope and what they believe should be pure, unadulterated relief and happiness.
Guest speaker Lorelei Bonet connected with the audience at Torrance Memorial Medical Center's 27th Annual National Cancer Survivors Day celebration. She talked about her work with cancer patients and encouraged survivors to keep moving forward and live in the moment. Bonet dedicated her life work to cancer patients and their families. She worked in the field of oncology, helping in an outpatient setting, clinics, and does private consultations to help those affected by cancer. She hopes to help make a difference in their lives by giving them an understanding of comfort in the in-between spaces of life during what can be an overwhelming, life-altering time.
Survivorship is a beautiful thing, that it is triumphant and courageous, and that it's also about transition and rediscovery and reinventing yourself.
The event gives cancer survivors a chance to be together with families and doctors under one roof to celebrate how far they've come.
I get to see other cancer survivors who went through the same journey as I did, and you get to relax and enjoy their stories, and just to get to see them again after surviving cancer.
Nobody is prepared for it. It's different from the entire rest of your life. It's very intense. It can be uncomfortable. And so often patients really feel kind of at a loss as to how to deal with this, even if they have family and friends, to support them. So being exposed to other people's experiences, other people who have an idea of what it's like to go through this, can be very, very valuable and very helpful.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center has world-class radiation equipment, and doctors say they are constantly working together to make sure patients have the best outcomes. Well, people across the country celebrated the history of the American flag. Flag Day commemorates the adoption of the United States flag, which happened on June 14, 1777. Now, in 1916, President Woodrow Wilson established Flag Day. The current design of the American flag with 50 stars represents 50 states and 13 stripes for the original colonies. Recently, the Torrance Performing Arts Consortium held their first event representing a Flag Day salute by not only celebrating the United States heritage, but remembering fallen soldiers and heroes of the Torrance Police and Fire Departments.
It's a special event, and I think the flag we actually take for granted. So I was really happy that we were able to present this to really highlight the flag and what it means to us and how it evolved as our nation's symbol.
Attendees also had the chance to go back through history. Flag expert Everett Emerson from the County of LA shared the progression of the California state flag and the American flag over time. City leaders were presented with a special framed picture of the flag. The U.S. flag was also honored through paintings by artists that symbolize a significant time in U.S. history.
So many have given their lives under that flag and all that it represents, freedom, our way of life, our democracy. And so we are honored that our city of Torrance has always taken the time to observe Flag Day.
The consortium has 5 major groups that perform every year at the James Armstrong Theater. As seniors across the city graduate from high school, some will make their way across the stage with a top recognition. From South High School, Rachel Barrow is named valedictorian of her class with a weighted GPA of 4.83. Barrow is also considered a valedictory optimate, which means she earned an unweighted GPA of 4.0. She's also an AP Scholar with honors who received an average score of 3.25 on all AP exams. During her time at South High School, Barrow received other recognitions like the President's Award and the Spartan Laurel 2016 Achievement Award in English, Science, and Social Science. In addition to receiving perfect grades, Barrow also kept herself busy by participating in South's academic decathlon team, being part of the track team, and Model UN. A fun fact about Barrow is that she enjoys martial arts and plans to test for a black belt in November. She plans to attend the University of San Diego in the fall, where she will major in computer science. And at Torrance High, one student is also making a mark with her big accomplishments. This year's valedictorian, Natasha Wong, who has a GPA of 4.81, is heading up north to attend UC Berkeley in the fall. She'll be majoring in bioengineering and says she hopes to one day create technology to help the field of biology. While at Torrance High, she was part of the tennis team for all 4 years and soon became varsity captain during her sophomore year. She even took Torrance High to CIFs with her talents. Wong devoted more than 180 hours to Tartar Ladies, an on-campus volunteer organization. Wong says she can't wait to see what the future holds. Now, West High's valedictorian earned a weighted GPA of 4.78. Matthew Chen is headed to Cornell University and plans to major in biology. On top of taking challenging courses, Chen also was part of the West High soccer team, Key Club Board, CSF, Torrance Memorial Hospital volunteer, and also helped out at the Gardens Senior Care Center. Chen even earned the Toyota Torrance Council of PTA scholarships. He says in his free time he loves sports and even plays the guitar and piano. Like any student, he enjoys some quality time with his friends. A North High Saxon senior is headed to UCLA next fall. Valedictorian Esther Cho will graduate with a weighted GPA of 4.65 and plans to attend UCLA's College of Letters and Sciences. While at North High, she was recognized on numerous occasions for her academic excellence. She received the President's Volunteer Service Award, UCLA Writing Competition Silver Award, and the Excellence Award Gold from Covenant House, California. She has proven to be a leader in many on-campus groups and has volunteered more than 48 hours a week across organizations. And if she's not busy enough, for the past 4 years, Cho has taken part in Taekwondo. Beyond just academic achievements, Cho was also a choir club leader. And the class of 2016 at Bishop Montgomery gave honors to not just one valedictorian, but 17. School officials say valedictorians are given the title for achieving a minimum weighted GPA of 4.5. They say 2016 was another big year for the private school. Of the 200 seniors graduating, 198 will attend college. 77% of the seniors will be attending a 4-year college or university, while 23% will be going to a 2-year college or vocational school. 21% of the seniors are going into the UC system, while 26% will be furthering their education in the Cal State system. Now, some students will be attending private universities. To name a few, students have been accepted to Johns Hopkins, USC, and Pepperdine. Now, here are the 17 students that received top grades in their classes. What an impressive list of students. Congratulations to all of the Bishop's Valedictorians and Torrance area high school graduates. Torrance CitiCABLE received recognition by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce recently.
Torrance CitiCABLE 3, we are honored to present the 2016 Community Partner of the Year Award. Congratulations.
Jamie Lay from the City Manager's Office accepted the award for our team. CitiCABLE was selected as the 2016 Community Partner of the Year. This honor was part of the 2016 Business Awards celebration.
Our goal has always been to be a platform of information for the community, and to receive the Community Partner of the Year Award is incredible.
Businesses are chosen by a committee and staff from the Torrance Chamber. This year, businesses that received awards included King's Hawaiian, BQE Software, Continental Development Corporation, Conveyed Products, LISI Aerospace, Highshare Corporation, Toyota Motor Sales, AT&T, Pediatric Therapy Network, Affordable Bookkeeping and Payroll Services, South Bay Workforce Investment Board, Cora Events, and Chick-fil-A.
The award is very special and important for the company because we are fairly new in the California marketplace. And so for a company that as a franchise that has expanded from the east to the west, just the recognition that we have a growing awareness in the community and growing awareness among Californians.
Sometimes there's not any recognition for all the wonderful things that you do and the sacrifices that you make in order to keep that business afloat.
The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1913. It serves small businesses and large corporations alike. A local business gives an award for an HIV treatment breakthrough. Phenomenex Inc.'s CEO Fasha Major recently presented the 2016 Humanity and Science Award to Dr. Wasim Asghar at a ceremony in Munich, Germany, during a science conference. Asghar is an assistant professor at Florida Atlantic University. He invented paper substrates that can be used to detect and monitor the treatment of HIV and other deadly pathogens. Substrate is a substance or a layer where a process can occur. The invention works with technology that uses a single drop of blood from a finger prick, which helps detect pathogens from whole blood and plasma. Then Asghar Substrates is used as materials for biosensors. His innovative development can help save millions of lives. According to the World Health Organization, more than 35 million people are living with HIV. The award is an international research prize which started in 2014 by Phenomenex. They received applications from around the world that focus on humanitarian challenges and better medicines. The winner is rewarded $25,000. Phenomenex is a global technology leader that helps develop solutions to challenges researchers face in various fields. Torrance Memorial Medical Center was recently evaluated by a group of appraisers. The USC Trojan Marching Band, along with medical center employees, stood outside cheering and welcoming evaluators from the American Nurses Credentialing Center. They returned to Torrance Memorial to evaluate the possible renewal of the coveted magnet recognition. The hospital was awarded this honor 4 years ago when they were the first in the Southwest Los Angeles region to earn it. Now, if the honor is renewed, it recognizes the medical center as among the top 6% of hospitals in the nation to receive it. The magnet designation is given to hospitals after an intense review of documentation, data, and clinical practices, along with visits by appraisers. Research has shown that patients benefit from hospitals with this recognition program. They report fewer errors, have lower mortality rates, and higher patient and family satisfaction. The magnet recognition program is the largest and most prominent nurses credentialing organization in the world. Well, still ahead, sports desk anchor Colin Kushner has sports news coming right up. We'll have that and much more. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Before we go, we have a sneak peek at what's in store on the next sports desk. What do you have for us, Colin?
Heyo, Jin, welcome to the land of sauce.
we have another wild and crazy show, so buckle up. We have prep news from all over town, plus former Bishop Montgomery Knight Brendan Marafino is in the hizzle. You won't want to miss my in-depth interview with the new ECC Warrior. That's 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Boom sauce, Jin. Back to you.
Thanks, Colin. Well, Torrance City Cable received high honors recently at an industry awards luncheon. City Cable took home a total of 13 awards given by SCANDATOA, which is the California and Nevada chapter of National Association of Telecommunications Officers and Advisors. Star Awards recognizes excellence in local programming. Torrance competed against other city channels operating with an overall budget of more than $400,000. With a wide range of programming offered to the community, City Cable programs Newsbreak Live, This Week in Torrance, The Sports Desk, Senior Scene, Canine Corner, and Taste of Torrance, to name a few, were acknowledged for their outstanding programs. The Star Awards were established in 1996 to recognize programs produced by public, educational, or government access facilities serving California and Nevada communities. Since 1983, City Cable has provided quality television programming for the community. To watch some of our award-winning programs, you can go to torranceca.gov/cabletv or check out our YouTube page. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.